Peace, great family. Peace. I just wanted to do a quick little commentary about some things I've been peeping. Definitely kind of simmering off the back of what we've been seeing and hearing displayed from these two particular gentlemen. And I do mean gentlemen in every sense of the term, referring to Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis. Their displays over the past few days and just the overall antics that we've been seeing of them as of late and what it all means. I kind of wanted to just do a composite of energies and put it all together and to kind of shed some light on the analysis that I've kind of put together based on the shenanigans, really, that we've been seeing. So Shakur recently, I think maybe 2 days or so ago, took to his Twitter, of course, the favorite place of boxing activity for these two particular men. Okay, so Shakur took to his Twitter and he made some motions, at least verbally, to fight the son of Ricky Hatton. Okay, this son of Ricky Hatton, his name is Campbell Hatton. Okay, and Shakur stated that he would, quote, punch him so many times that Ricky would have to grab the towel himself and toss it into the ring. Firstly, aren't you retired? Aren't you retired? How are you making threats to anybody, any boxer? Aren't you retired? Okay, according to your own words. And if you're not, then that's the caliber of fighter that you do call out? How does this man feel so comfortable speaking with so many tongues at the same time? Like, he's so frequently speaking in multiples that he can't even seem to make out one theme from the next. You know, he's just talking in circles around himself until he's dizzy, bouncing from one escape route to the next, from one hyperbole to the next, from one dramatic post to the next, it seems, you know? One dramatic post to the next. Can I get a dramatic performance out of you? Can the drama be had with some action in the ring? So now, of all of this, supposed, smoke that you have, now your attention is on Campbell Hatton at the moment. All these straws we're grasping for are for the like of this young man. I just don't understand that. Are these what we're grasping for? These types of straws of this type of likeness? This is what you're dishing out while you have your whole, fan base, the whole boxing world playing the waiting game for you? It's absolutely bizarre to me. So we're not going to call out Frank Martin's name. Like, that's what we're not going to do? What happened to all the big shit that you was talking only months ago regarding that young man? What happened to the alarms ringing? What happened to all the smoke detectors that you were sounding off? All the sit-downs and interviews you were having, calling this man all types of bitches and all types of suckers and all types of wanting no smoke, supposedly, from you. No? We're not going to call Frank Martin's name? Nothing? Not a trace? Not a murmur in the wind? Nothing? Just silence and distance? Additionally, you're just going to act like Tank isn't the biggest fish in the pond either? Like, right there, the man for you, right there in front of you, right for the taking, plentifully available, abundantly attainable, handy, right there in full view. Nothing? Nothing. You're not going to say nothing? None of your Twitter fingers are going to type the utterance of that man's name? Oh, okay. What the fuck? Are these men trying to test the patience and the nerve of their people? Like, upon sitting back and looking back at that, like, that's exactly what it seems to be to me. That's exactly the case here. The antics and the evasions have become more and more outlandish as the days seem to pass by. Like, I asked in a recent Tank video that I did, if these particular displays were perhaps the, let's say, true colors of these men coming to the surface, the true colors that were coming to roost. And that's a serious question. Is that what we're seeing? Is that what we are seeing? Is this what could be the truth regarding the lack of heart being displayed from these young men? Now, I know we've accredited, Tank and Shakur with being prodigies, savants, marvels of the sport, men of high potential and high capability, and all the complimentary, flattering words that we can think of that we've given to them and gushed upon them, And I can say that in various ways. I still believe that to a degree. But one must scope the landscape that they've been carving out and assuming with their behavior and their intention and lack thereof of intention. You've got to peep the game. You've got to peep what's being shown at the end of the day. Even though we'd like to think well and fair, give fair assessments of them in thinking that they're wonderful and that they're talented, and such may be the case. I can't say that I don't think that they're fantastic fighters. I've said it many times that they are. But I'd be a liar if I'm not honest to what it is that I am seeing. The optics of this is what it is. Because as of late, I've been seeing nothing but cowardice, nothing but evasion from these two men. What are they really telling their fans and their supporters without saying a word? Without saying a word, what are they saying with what they are doing to the boxing world? That's a deep question there. Now, Shakur should at least be fighting, in my opinion, somebody like El Rayo. At least, El Rayo recently came off a victory back in December against Colbert in their rematch. Colbert won the first bout initially, and then, El Rayo wound up knocking him out in that rematch, so he came off that particular victory. Why isn't Shakur calling for Rayo? What's up with that? If not him, again, I must posit, why aren't you fighting Frank? Like, the Frank Martin fight is just, I don't know if it makes too much sense to him to fight him. Like, what the, like there are no calls for Martin. Okay, so why are there no calls for at least Raymond Mortala? Nothing? Are you just going to sit in silence about that? I just am absolutely bewildered, And on the other side, you got Tank jumping in between and inserting himself into a manufactured competition with a man that's 2 weight classes above him. Absolute insane. Just inserting himself, interjecting himself into a conversation that initially had nothing to do with him whatever. He's just popping up in motherfuckers' conversations. The man wasn't even looking for you. He put out a list of people that's on the hit list of his, Conor Ben. And you were nowhere in sight on that particular hit list. And here the fuck Tank goes. Oh, I'll clean you up good, buddy. What about me, looking ass? What the hell? As if he doesn't have some cleaning up to do in his own home. As if he doesn't have some cleaning up of his own backyard to get to, Tank Davis. Like, all of 135 isn't right for the taking. The fuck are you looking up at 2 weight classes above you for? Like, you don't have a whole flock of prey to get at right in front of you, ripe and ready to be eaten. And here you go evading and sauntering your way looking elsewhere. Insanity. How would they get to throw this type of weight around without regard for their actions? Who the fuck has even heard of Campbell Hatton? I sure as hell haven't. No disrespect to, to him. He's the son of Ricky and all of that. And Ricky has, much accomplishments in the sport and having faced Mayweather and, people of that era. Salute to the young Campbell. But I ain't never heard of your ass. Okay? And Shakur damn sure as hell shouldn't be calling that man's name out in the least bit. That man is the last of his worry, not even the last. He's not even on the radar of Shakur's cleaning and food to be had. What the hell? All the big shit that you were talking all this time? That's what you're calling to the forefront? Campbell Hatton? That's whose ass you're threatening to kick? That's what you'd expect me to show up to tune in for, to put my dollars towards in support of? Fuck out of here. No, sir. Not me. Sugar Free will not be participating in that spectacle if that's who you decide to, shake off your cobwebs of retirement to face. What the hell are you calling that boy out for? I am absolutely convinced, as the days and minutes pass, that these two men are single-handedly dismantling the excitement of the 135 division, and I'd posit dismantling the excitement of all of boxing as a whole. When you think about, let's say, all that Devin Haney managed to do, to fight the top contenders who weren't ducking him, who were actually available to sign the dotted line. Shout out to Cambosis, because people want to talk shit about him, but that man took that fight. He was kind of being a little bit petulant leading up to the actual agreement, because he kind of got big-headed that he had the belts and he was kind of stalling Devin. But salute to him that he actually took the fight to make it happen, because I remember previous to finalizing that fight, he was like, oh, well, I could just fight Loma. He was trying to bypass Devin, duck Devin, because he knew he was going to get that ass whoop. But he managed to step up to the plate, thankfully. So, Devin managed to, get to the fighters who weren't afraid to take the chance and to sharpen steel with him in that ring. Managed to get the duckers on board, who opted to not duck, rather, to step up and fight him, get those people in the ring with him, bang, then became undisputed, bang, even opting to cross the street to whatever side of the fence as far as networks are concerned to make fights happen when necessary. Y'all are sleeping when it comes to Dev. Sleep is not even, y'all are dead. Y'all are 6 feet under as far as your blind list goes, as far as all the work that Devin put in while he was still at 135. Like, the fuck? All he managed to do to bring the excitement and prestige to 135. And here go these two lame-ass motherfuckers dragging themselves and whatever remains to be of the 135 division, dragging it into complete oblivion. After we watched such a wonderful reign of Devin Haney at 135, here these two bums go. Just dragging it all to hell. With the laziness, apparent laziness, the dodging, the getaways, the idleness, the pointless and useless banter and chatter. Like, these dudes are on Twitter more than my teenage niece. They're on Twitter more than my baby girl. What? How are they not scorching earth to get to each other's heads? That will forever mystify me. For as long as they keep evading each other, I will forever be mystified, completely in the dark, as to why these people are not burning down the earth to get to each other and to solidify who's the best among them. It's absolute insanity. Are we going to keep acting like this duckery isn't happening? Is that what we're going to do? We're going to play that game? Like, just completely ignore it. Like it's not there in front of us. You motherfuckers that got so much to say about these two men being the baddest motherfuckers in the sport, y'all ain't gonna say shit about this? You gotta keep carrying these men's balls around for them? Because that's basically what's being done here. How many tweets are these suckers gonna keep putting out? before we get an actual contract signed? How many tweets? You tell me. How many of the tweets are going to be deleted before we get an actual contract for something of materialized formation? Something concrete. How many tweets are going to be deleted? And these tweets, mind you, are being deleted and retracted in fear that they just might spark a fire, that they just might cause action. So these motherfuckers, Tank is good for deleting his tweets as soon as he puts them out. Oh, this may cause a fire, y'all. Let me erase it. Looking ass. What the hell? No fights aligned? Just fucking tweeting like some bitches? Is that the capacity to which you guys are able to extend? Is that your maximum? I'm almost forgetting what it's looking like to see you in a ring. It's been so long. Tank Davis nearly a year. And the last performance from Shakur should be forgotten and erased from my mind the way he was motherfucking looking. Come on, like, is it wrong for me to demand greatness? For me to want to see it? For me to want to show up for it and support it? Come on. You're almost making me regret having given you the clout and the flattery and the prestige based on what we've seen previous to all of these particular antics being known to us. You're making me regretful of having been on your team. What? A lot of questions circling the activity of these two men and the character quality of these two men. It's just not good for boxing. And I stand on the fact that these men are single-handedly just running amok of the boxing world, of the lightweight division. It's looking absolutely terrible in these streets for these men. And for the onlookers, us onlookers who actually are trying to show up to support them, but you are making it completely, nearly impossible to stand by you. I can't look up, a showtime for you. I can't look forward to looking into the ring to see you. I gotta fucking go to Twitter to find your ass. Absolutely insane. Anyway, we'll continue to see what unfolds, you guys. That's it for me. On to the next. Peace.